Hi, this is the homework for angle relationship. So this goes with ACLSV. So I'm just going to write this at the top, ACLSV. And again, most of this is on angle relationship. So that's just a general topic. All right, make sure you put your name on here. It's not on here, so make sure you put it somewhere on here. I like it on the top right. So let's do it. It says supplements, which means one angle and another angle add up to 180. And complements, which would be one angle, I could call that A and angle B, two angles add up to 90. So that's the definition of these terms. And last night's homework was to do the vocab. And so now that we know what the vocab means, we can actually do something here. It says determine the measurement of each angle, show your work, and explain your reasoning. So it says two angles. So again, I have an angle 1 and I have another angle, angle 2, and they're congruent. Interesting. And they're supplements. Okay, so this thing tells me to write that logically. And this thing tells me to write this. Okay. Now in algebra, it says make X what you don't know. So I don't know angle 1, so I could just call it X. And notice I actually know that they're equal. So I could also call angle 2X because they're supposed to be the same thing. So angle 1 I could call X. I'd also need to call angle 2X because they're congruent. So congruent just means they're equal in measurement, right? And so I need two angles that are actually congruent and add up to 180. So I'm going to combine like terms. So that'd be 2x and divide. So that'd be division property of equality. Divide by 2 and get the answer x is 90. Then I'm going to be my own teacher, go back and ask myself, okay, if x was 90, is 90 equal to 90? Yep. Is 90 plus 90 equal 180? Yes. So, and actually, we could draw a picture of this. If one angle was 90 and the other was 90, those add up to 180, and that's what supplementary means. Okay, next problem. The complement of an angle is twice the measure of the angle. So this was a little tip I gave you. So the complement means the measure of angle 1 and the measure of angle 2 is 90. So I can put these m's in here. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I leave them out. But it is nice to put them in because this is really what we're saying. The measurement of angle 1 if I measured it and the measurement of angle 2 if I measured it is 90. And so I don't know what the measurement of angle 1 is, so I'm going to call that x. And then I actually know something about the second angle. I actually know it's twice as big. So that's why they called that 2x. And I left that little note for you. So now I know measure 1 and measure 2 add up to 90. And so that would be 1x and 2 more. I'm actually combining like terms here. So when I combine 1x and 2x's, that's 3x's. And now I'm just going to write DPE because that just means division property of equality. And write that a little small. I get x is 30. Perfect. So now it says the complement is the complement of an angle. So really what I've done here is I've solved for angle 1. The measurement of angle 1 is 30. The complement, the other angle, has to be twice as big, 60. And again, I should be my own teacher, double check that these add up to 90. They do. Bink, bink, bink. I'm excited. I know I got the answer right. Next one. These are actually complements, even though I don't see. So they could also tell me they're complements in a picture. So notice these two adjacent angles add up to 90 because I see the box. So again, I can call these two angles add up to 90 because that's 90 degrees. The first angle is x minus 14. The second angle is 2x plus 20. And this is similar to one we did in class. We're going to combine like terms. And then I get 6. I'm going to subtract stuff on both sides. So subtract 6 on both sides. And then divide 3. So that's division property of equality. So x is, and I'm not sure here. I'm going to have to do a little, I don't have a calculator on me. Okay, so I got 28. Now again, I just got to be careful. It says determine the angle measurement. So I can't stop there. All I've done is solve the mystery of the x. But the first angle I called angle 1 was x minus 14, and now I know x is 28. So I get 4. Actually, hold on, that'd be 14. And the measurement of angle 2 looks like 2x plus 20, so 2x plus 20. But I know x is actually 28, so that'd be 2 times 28 plus 20. 56 and 20 makes 76. And then to double check my answer, I want to just take the 2 and make sure that they add up to 187, 89, 90. Okay, or what did I say? I said 180, but I didn't mean it. I meant they have to add up to 90. Now it says, would it be different if the picture was this? Yes. You can answer this if you want and figure out what x is, and this is just a little bonus. That would make x a different number. Okay. Because again, these two then should add up to 180, and that should change what x is. Okay, so now we got another problem here, and I added a few things. It looks like this angle here, so let me get my highlighters. This angle I'm trying to tell you is 117. I'll call that angle 1. And it looks like angle E. I'm actually going to have to draw this off to the side. Okay, so this is 117, which means this has to be 117, which would mean this is a number 180 minus that because they're a linear pair. Okay, so 63. So this has to be 63, this has to be 63. And all those add up to 180. Now, I know the measurements of the angle, but then I'm also given these very interesting expressions. I'm told that this angle is also x plus 94. So I'm told that this angle is x plus 94, and I'm also told that it's 117. So I can equal that. That means just equal in measurement. Okay. Oh, I think that 117 was there by accident. Well, let's just figure out what x is. Let's subtract 94 on both sides. 11 minus 9 is 2. I get x is 23. Now I'm going to double check my answer. If x is 23, 23 plus 94 is 117. So that looks right. Now, I think you could have solved this if you didn't have this 117. So I actually think that was a typo. I think I meant to white that out and I forgot. So let's take another look at this here. It looks like the original pictures showed, before I wrote on top of it, it showed x plus 94 for this angle and 4x plus 25 for that angle. Now we learned today that those two angles should be equal. Even though they have different expressions, they should be equal in measurement. They both are obtuse and they're right across from each other. So we used the patty paper and folded it. So I think I could have set up the equation, this angle is equal to that, right? So the angle, if I numbered these angles 1, 2, 3, 4, angle 1 should equal angle 3 because they are vertical. Okay? Now that I know they're equal, angle 1 is x plus 94, and they look equal, right? And angle 3 is 4x plus 25. And so now I actually have to subtract stuff on both sides first. I'm going to get this 1x over here by the 4x and copy this stuff down. Then I'm going to get the 25 over here, so that I guess is subtraction property of equality again, minus 25. So I get 3s is equal to negative 25 plus 94, or 94 minus 25. Okay. Now I'm going to divide 3 on both sides, which is called the division property of equality, and I get 23, yep. So interestingly enough, it says I actually didn't need to know that the angle was 117, only that they were across from each other. So that actually worked there. So both ways worked. That's just the way it worked out. It said determine angle AED. So AED is this smaller angle. Ultimately, they want to know the acute angle. So the measure of AED is 63. Technically, that's all they asked in the problem. Thanks for joining me.